Hello, my name is Mike, and this is the Hot Seat. Going with a little different theme song here today, a little more patriotic, because, folks, what's being discussed today is a very important topic. And that is, come April 15th, like good, honest Americans, we're supposed to pay federal income taxes. We're supposed to report everything we do and everything we make, all for the sake of preserving this wonderful country. And I'm here today to tell you that, folks, we've been lied to for almost 100 years. The tax man is a rogue, renegade agent, not subjugated by any law, not subjugated by the Constitution, but can strip you of your property, of your assets, of your money at will. And folks, the founding fathers did not want this. This is unconstitutional, it's illegal, it's immoral, and we've got to stand up, unified as Americans, and say, we've had enough. Americans, last week, my show discussed how an American company, Facebook, is set to release its initial public offer sometime next year. And how Goldman Sachs apparently can prohibit American investors from investing in an American company at their will, citing no law, citing no regulation. Folks, from day one, you've been told how George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, all those heroes made this wonderful country. And this country was founded upon revolting against tyrannical oppression. But what you don't know is there were others behind the scenes that right away wanted to become just as tyrannical, just as powerful as the very government that so many colonialists laid down their lives to form a new and free country. One of the leaders of that event was none other than the first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton. He wanted a strong federal government, one centralized bank. And that's because he wanted to fund a war against Britain when Britain and France were going at it while the monarchies were falling apart. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were able to defeat him. However, there were those that wanted control. Just remember this, folks. He who has the money has the control. During the Civil War, Congress passed an income tax called the Revenue Act of 1861 to fund the war. When the war was over, within 10 years, the tax was repealed. It was temporary. In 1894, Congress enacted a flat federal tax. The U.S. Supreme Court deemed it unconstitutional because it proposed a tax not apportioned to state population. Again, it was to control. It was to seize power from the states. This country was built on state sovereignty. The federal government was designed to provide a strong army, to protect its borders, and to uphold the United States Constitution and to hold states accountable for their actions if necessary. However, in 1909, Congress passed the 16th Amendment to the Constitution. giving an apportioned tax on citizens' income. This amendment was allegedly ratified on February 3rd, 1913. And folks, I say allegedly because there's strong evidence to show that the 16th Amendment was never ratified properly and it's illegal, thus making the present-day federal income tax, which is 98 years old this year, unconstitutional and illegal. It was then that the federal government and the biggest bankers of the time, J.P. Morgan, Paul Warburg, and John D. Rockefeller, made an unholy alliance. More details on that will be in part 2 of this multi-part series. In conclusion, just a small background. 1933, the gold standard was abolished. Therefore, the government and the bankers can decide what the dollar is valued and how much money they could pump in to manipulate the dollar at their behest. 1934, the FDIC was created. Private bankers and the government merged. This is going to be a multi-part series, folks. And as I said, he who holds the money holds the power. Your questions and concerns, send to indyconservative@hotmail.com. My name is Mike, and this is the Hot Seat. Let liberty and freedom ring.